Before we start this video, I'd just like to say this video is sponsored by OneFootball, the app that lets you download all the stats, facts and all the great stuff about football. And if you could download it, it'll help us greatly in the link in the description down below. Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan TV's Post-Match Pint, the only West Ham United post-match football show on the internet. Oh, that nearly got them all. We've just come back from the shithole, the Spurs Stadium, sorry. What's it called?
The toilet, or was it?
Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, where we beat them.
Is it not called White Hart Lane anymore? Are they not?
Well, I don't know.
Called
No, it's
New
called
Lane or
Tottenham
something?
Hotspur Stadium.
No, they're not allowed to call it White Hart Lane because of some, I don't know, some, what's it called? Naming rights or whatever they want to sell them, and they've been told not to call it like. But we've just been there. First team to score, first team to win in their new stadium.
We like doing that in North London, don't we?
Mate.
We should move there.
Nah, fuck that.
Yeah, they would be successful.
Dan, take us through the starting lineup, mate. You watch that on telly.
Fabianski in goal, Masuaku left back, Diop and Balbuena back together again, centre back. Right back, we had Fredericks, and then Rice and Noble in the middle, Anderson, Antonio, and Arnautovic. Is that 11? Am I missing someone?
Frederick?
Yeah, I said Fredericks. I think that's everyone, isn't it?
I think that's everyone then.
Yeah.
What a
I
performance.
wasn't listening to the team.
No, neither was I.
I was hoping they was going to shut that door.
Thank you to the Roundhouse for inviting us in today for post-match play. What performance, Ryan?
Yeah, I mean...
First half, I had complaints first half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
first half Tottenham looked like they wanted it more. They probably should have took the lead, but we had our chances as well. But I just think that all over the pitch we were good today. I think there was times down the left where Masuaku and Anderson, especially in the first half, they didn't look like they wanted to be there, and they weren't overlapping each other and working with each other like sometimes you see Creswell doing a lot.
I was thinking about that after, because I was really moaning about Anderson because he just would not go past that defender. Yeah. He wouldn't let Masuaku find him on that left-hand side. And I was wondering whether Pellegrini had told them first half, hold back a little bit, make sure they don't catch you on a break because they've got good pace up there with Mora and Son and all that.
When we got in 0-0 at half time, I was pleased with that because I think Tottenham probably deserved the lead in the first half.
But we had a great chance.
Fabianski pulled off some great saves in the first half.
What a player. Definitely contended for Hammer of the Year.
Easy.
Yeah.
I voted for him. It was close. It was between him and Declan Rice, but I think Fabianski. There was a stat that come out that we've got the lead. We're down the bottom of the table for the least goals by errors, and Fabianski's probably why that we're not further up.
Yeah, unbelievable. But I thought Anderson though. It was his decision making a lot of the time in the first half that was frustrating. He runs into brick walls. There was that chance where he could have squared it to Arnautovic. And Arnautovic, it seemed to be right that like the players had all decided, right, we're not going to pass to Arnautovic. Arnautovic was there and getting into positions, and he was going like, I'm right here, pass it.
He played really well today. There was a few. I mean, Snodgrass picked up a yellow card early, which sort of finished his game really, but he still worked back, still put in the tackles. Noble first half. I mean, I see Noble do a turn that, fucking hell.
I couldn't believe
He
what I
took
was
about
seeing.
3 players out of the game.
Did you see it?
Yeah. And I mean, some of the things he done like he done like a step over thing when he won the free kick.
He was fantastic. To be honest with you, Diop and Noble all game were absolutely magnificent.
Diop and Balbuena today were just like they were when they first started playing together. They worked so well together, and Diop today was.
It was I thought that was a great decision by Pellegrini because they had Mora and Son playing sort of like swapping the strikers and wingers. Yeah. And Balbuena and Ogbonna, they're a little bit static, a little bit stiff if people go past them, and that's what Tottenham do well. They do that little 1-2 at the edge of the area, running in and putting the ball into space, and they've got that ball where Ali will get it or Ericsson will turn and then put that diagonal over so Son sort of running onto it. And with Diop there today, they just didn't get a chance.
I think Zabaleta being dropped as well was a good decision because I think Fredericks, Tottenham would have probably set up that we was going to play Zabaleta today, and they would have had Danny Rose down that wing, they would have had Ericsson running at him. It would have been, I think, a bit too much for him, but Fredericks has got pace, he can put in a tackle and he likes to get up the line, so I think it was a great decision as well.
It was funny, a lot of people were sort of questioning Pellegrini's decision to drop Diop in the first place, but I think Ogbonna was playing well.
On the balance of things, because in that Ogbonna sort of Diop partnership, it didn't really work out at first, and then they started to sort of, to form a little bit of a partnership. They probably haven't played together that much, you know what I mean? It's always been Balbuena and Diop. And I think Ogbonna looked the better of the two defenders, but when it comes to it, Diop he's a pedigree of a player. Do you know what I mean? He's only young. He's a youngster. Like, he looked formidable at the beginning of the season, and then when it got to about sort of like 2/3 of the way through, he started to look a little bit jaded, started to make a couple of mistakes. I think the dropping of him, combined with Balbuena coming back, he thought, right, we'll wait till we get to Spurs.
I think that's a bit like thingy as well.
On the telly.
That's not us, mate. That's Bolton.
Oh. It looked like us. That's me.
Just neatly clean shaven.
I forgot what I was saying now. What was you saying?
Diop. That Diop. Balbuena.
I forgot.
Sorry, mate. That was my fault.
But I mean, maybe he's brought him back in as he understands that partnership as well. That did work so well. I know it was a bit of a blow having Balbuena up for so long. You know what I mean? Like,
I think one thing that disappointed me with Anderson as well today, especially in that first half, is that these are the sort of games he should cherish and want to show that why he's a £40 million player. And he has got that talent. And I just think he's played a lot of games this season. He's not missed a lot of football. He hasn't been injured, has he?
No.
Same for Diop. Yeah, we're on now. But same for Diop as well. He's only young, played a lot of football. You can play in all the French and Italian leagues, but when you come over here, it's a different game. Yeah. You got every team can beat anyone. The bottom of the league can beat the top of the league. That's why we love the Premier League. But we might as well watch this while we do. Remember some of Son's chance now. But
it's something about Anderson though. He seems to have he hit a little bit of form midway through the season, didn't he? And he was really well. But since the turn of the new year, he's been very quiet. He's been very quiet and. I don't know what it is like where you see. I don't know if maybe it's the whole team have been a bit quiet, you know.
Yeah, I just think as well. Like he's on the screen now, but Antonio today was unbelievable, and he panicked him every time he got on that ball. Every time we knocked it over the top.
It's his pace.
He was panicking him, and it's not only his pace, it's his strength.
I was just about to say pace and strength. That it frightens a lot of teams, really.
I know the first half, I was getting quite frustrated with him in a lot, but I mean, because it's like he's got, like I said, he's got the strength and he's got the pace, but sometimes his decision making, sometimes. He's shooting from outside the box. He did it again today. I was sitting there, I was like, don't do it. And he goes, skies it over.
I think all of these goals that he scored for us have been in the box.
Yeah, in the box.
Scored from outside the box.
He should only be allowed to.
I think that shows sometimes when he shoots.
I think Pellegrini should fine him every time he shoots outside the box, honestly.
No, don't do that, because we try and walk the ball in enough as it is.
Yeah.
No, he's a good player, and we writ him off, and I think a lot of people writ him off, and rightly so at the time, because he was poor, but he seems to have come back. And the last 10 games, he's been like the old Antonio, the Antonio.
He's important to us when he's like that.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? Like he's been an important part of the last 4 or 5 years since he's been here. Really, he's been really important to us at times, and it was making me sad. There was times like even this season, beginning of this season, I was saying we've got to shoot him out. We've got to get him out. He seems to have lost his spark, but he's got that little bit of spark back, and I think going forward, if there's going to be like a big exodus or whatever.
Exodus
at the end of the season with players and that. He's definitely someone I will keep. He's a utility man as well. He's played at right back. He's played at right mid.
He can play. If you put him up front, he can play. You put him left back, he'll play now. Yeah. I think he's just happy to be playing football.
Yeah.
He seems like that. I mean, you see his interviews after the game as well. He's level-headed. He says it from the heart, and maybe he was a bit harsh on him.
I've always been a bit harsh on him though. I don't know why.
I think he's a great personality to have at the club as well. He seems to be very popular.
Yeah, I think so.
He's a bit of fun. He had that celebration, which apparently is from some Instagram geese. And if you guys saw it.
Well, we did see it, but I don't know what it is.
Even last week when he scored and he started stroking the carpet. It's things like that.
Because he's got his finger on the pulse, I think, of the fan base and all that sort of thing. You know what I mean? But look, magnificent performance.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the stats, I mean, they had more possession, but we had more shots, more on target, more corners.
The second half, I thought we was backing them.
Yeah, second half we could have had 2 or 3. I mean, they had sort of half chances. I don't really remember them having any clear-cut chances. First half they did.
Last minute.
Jansen.
Jansen cleared off the line, but I thought Fabianski looked comfortable today.
Yeah.
I thought the back four looked comfortable, apart from Masuaku.
Ali diving on the floor a couple of times.
Yeah, and he didn't get booked either.
No,
he done it twice, and he didn't get booked. But you know what? Let him do it. Let him carry on doing it. I'm not worried about Dele Alli. I'm not worried about Spurs. And they say we had them walking back to the station. Oh, it's your cup final.
A broken record, they are, honestly.
It's not a cup final.
Well, they know. They don't know what cup final is.
Yeah, they only get to semis.
I said to you, all London teams, I don't like losing to any London teams, but the reason why we dislike them because they're so easy to wind up.
Yeah. It's a derby. It's not a cup final. It's a derby, and that's what derbies are about. Like every derby, they say 4 goals.
It goes. I'm going to tell you a story a bit later after we talk about the game, about what happened outside, and you know, decide for yourself. And I think this is where it sort of starts to break down for me in terms of like, well, we've been involved in quite a few sort of controversial issues this year with, you know, certain things. I don't want to go back into them again, but I'll tell you something. But let's talk about, it ain't all about that, it's about West Ham today. Yeah. And West Ham, Pellegrini's got it right, and the fan base is happy again, you know what I mean? And maybe...
the fans were unbelievable. It was a bit funny. I think that's because it's an early kick-off and no alcohol was being served, which upset a lot of people. But no, the atmosphere was good. You know, the fans were unbelievable today.
Well, I've got to say, as a stadium, it's a good stadium.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful stadium. Like you can't.
It seemed like they were piping the Spurs songs through
they wasn't.
There's a video. There was a video, right, that went out.
I don't believe everything I see.
It didn't sound right to me.
I think that's because I think most home grounds are quiet now. I think most, you know, it's a difficult one, but look, it's a beautiful stadium, but have they got a carpet? No.
Well, that's what I was saying anyway. Where's your claret carpet? They couldn't answer me. So,
carpet is what makes a home a home.
Of course it is,
you know what I mean?
You get a bit of furniture in there, a bit of nice carpet.
So it's not a good stadium until you get a carpet.
No, that's right. Yeah.
So, but I tell you, there was something else that wound me up in the game was Son. I think it was Son stamping on Snodgrass's foot right in front of the lino.
I didn't see it.
It was right in front of, and this was after Snodgrass had been booked, and it was right in front of the lino. Ref had a good view, and the ball had gone, and he'd stamped on his foot, and nothing.
I see Danny Rose kicking the shit out of an Arnautovic. But
do you know what I was about to say about Arnautovic today? That's the best game I've seen him play since all the stuff happened with him in January. He worked his socks off today.
To me, I looked at him today, and body language tells a big thing. And like at the end of the game, obviously we're all buzzing. You know what I mean? It's an away performance. We haven't had many of them this year. You know what I mean? A good away performance, and we was all buzzing and that. And I see Mark Noble pull him over. He was going to walk off. He'd done his clap and all that, and we haven't sung his name or anything since all that happened, you know what I mean? And I think he knows.
He sort of said sorry today, didn't he?
And Noble grabbed him, he dragged him over to the fans, he's going like that, and everyone started singing Marko Arnautovic, and he sort of went, and that's like a sorry
see you later.
Yeah. Give me the money.
Nah.
Fuck you.
Look, my opinions on Marko Arnautovic don't change, but if he puts in effort, you know, when he wants to stay,
he's here to the end of the season. He might change his mind, and I think there is retribution. You know what I mean? If we're a forgiving bunch at the end of the day, and if he, you know, starts to put the effort back in, I wanted him gone. You know what I mean? Even if he was to ask me today, would you rather him start go? I'd say go. But if he puts in the effort, he comes out in the summer and said, look, I've made a mistake. Yeah. You know, I don't want to go to China. I want to stay here, and I want to, you know, help West Ham win, like, push up the table in the Premier League before I retire. You know, at the end of the day, we'd have all took Pint back, we'd have all took Defoe back at one point. If you're going to take them two back,
well, and and obviously the other two actually left. But with him, I think what Pellegrini seemed to do in the second half was move him out to the right and have Antonio in the middle, which was good. Yeah, that seemed to work because when he was in the middle, it seemed like he wasn't getting the service.
Fair,
and then
when you watch him play, right. He's a half a yard off the pace for some reason. I don't know whether it's like because of his confidence, because he knows the fans are starting to, when he makes mistakes and things gets on his back, but he's always sort of a second move in the second after everyone's moved, right? So we were seeing that Antonio was getting a little bit of success sort of further up the pitch, and he was drifting out to the right, and I think it confused Tottenham in a way, because he's got the pace and power, Antonio, to power passing defenders. And Marco's a winger. Don't forget, he spent all them years at Stoke, as a winger, at Inter as a winger, and you know, what a beautiful ball that is.
Yeah, it's a great assist, and it's a great finish by Antonio. That's not an easy.
He had a lot to do there.
And not only that, you go back before that. Look at that. I think when Arnie really got his confidence that game, when he brought that ball down at the end, and took out 2 players, turned, ran, had a shot. Right, he didn't get a lot of power into it, but it gave him confidence, and from that moment, that's when he started like trying to do things.
And you see him try and bend one in the
that little ball over to Antonio was a lovely ball, and it's a great finish by Antonio.
Yeah.
Great finish.
Yeah, it was
fantastic.
Like I said, hopefully now it gives us a little bit of confidence and we can end the season strong.
So as a player, it's important, as a team, it's important that we sort of finish the season strong, because I've started to see, because the news about sort of transfer budgets and targets are starting to come out now as we're moving towards the summer. There's people starting to creep negativity back into the...
The thing is, there's a lot of people on Twitter that are saying that we've got a £30 million budget. How do they know? Nothing's been sort of linked by the club.
They're sort of in the nose.
Yeah, but look, we might have 30 million, but they've probably got deals lined up to sell players, so we don't know what they're budgeting.
No, it is 30 million, plus apparently, whatever. Plus whatever we sell, plus
I think that's fair.
Wages freed up.
I think that's fair. If you're freeing up wages and you know, looking to sell 5 or 6 players, you know what I mean? It can't be £100 million plus £100 million. It's going to be £100 million.
But it just depends what we get for them players.
We're not that sort of club that can go and put 150 million each summer, each transfer window. We ain't in the Man City league and things like that. That's why we have to sell to buy and raise the money. But yeah, as you said, I mean, we can finish this season strong. You know, 2 wins. You know, we've got Southampton at home, which is winnable. Watford away on the last day. They've got a cup final. So they're going to rest players. No one's going to want to get stuck into tackles. Their season's sort of over now. They're thinking of the cup final.
I think
we finished this season on 9 points.
With Tottenham being like one at the third from last game, I think 9 points from here will.
Yeah, I want to finish on a high, and I want to finish in the top 10 as well, because I think we deserve top 10 this season. I wouldn't want to finish as low as 13th or 14th. I don't think that's sort of right.
Sorry, we had to change position of the camera because of
I knew if it wasn't Tottenham's son, it was that son that was going to get me today.
Yeah, you may have noticed Ryan looking especially white and glowing throughout this video.
People were going to start worrying. Yeah, sponsor me or something.
The sun was going to try.
Nuclear radiation.
What was we saying about the negativity in the fan base, the transfer budget?
The thing is,
it's a strange one, isn't it? Because you just don't know until it comes here. We don't know, but there are the people saying it. There are rumours that these people know what they're talking about, and the board sort of use them to get that information out there and all that sort of stuff. So whatever, I'm going to worry about that in the summer.
Yeah,
let's get this season out of the way.
Yeah, until I'll see what we bring in, and then we can judge.
I'm happy with today, and the thing is as well, like, I know people are going to say, but we're going to have that over them for the rest of the first team to
forever.
Win. The first team to score, they're always going to sing it and wind them up.
They still sing it to Arsenal, and that's been 13 years.
Yeah, that's it. Last team at Highbury, first team at Emirates.
It's a good thing, innit? Like, it's that bit of banter that's why I hated it, and it was probably what you're going to talk about what happened after. But that's probably what those wound up a bit more.
Even Flav said, when you spoke to Flav, he said he didn't want us to be the first team to win there.
They don't want us to win there. Because to them, we're shit.
Yeah.
We're a load of shit. I mean, people sent me screenshots from the Fighting Cock podcast that, my mate Flav runs. And it's a bit of a lawless society. They run their own sort of forum. And there's clips on there going, we're going to beat, they call us Dow Farm FC. You won't understand it, but... And we're gonna. These are shit. We'll wipe these aside. These are fucking trash. That won't even be a challenge for us. We've got a semi-final coming up. They won't even be a challenge. We're gonna beat them 7-1, and I'm gonna go on that forum tonight. I'm gonna have a nice look through that when we beat them.
There was like, I think about. I was looking through it yesterday. Someone sent me a link. I think it was about 30 pages, and for some fans that don't care about us, wet spam. I mean, any bloke in their 40s that calls a team wet spam needs their hard drive checking. If they've got kids, take them off them because they're not right.
Wet spam.
Wet spam
United
There
stuff.
was even other Tottenham fans on there arguing with them, saying, "Why are you saying that? you make us look like fucking idiots.
I was tempted to title the fan cams Tottenham nil, Wet Spam 1. Just to
You should have done. It's funny. But look, in terms of the game, brilliant. The new ground's brilliant. I think the access into there is a bit better.
Yeah.
That's
the first time I've ever gone to that station, Northumberland Park. I usually get off at White Hart, but we went there and it was because it was closest to the away end, wasn't it? And that was alright. It took us 15 minutes.
Even when you come into the away, like where the away end is now,
yeah,
there's a platform there, so like
you go up the stairs and it's just your fans.
You ain't got people. You ain't got the old Park Lane jumpers as we used to call them, standing on the corner, bouncing behind the police, chucking bottles over there. They ain't got a chance. They've got nowhere to hide now. You know what I mean? There's no little back streets that they can dive down.
But before we get into the madness, can we talk about Pellegrini? Because the reason why I say that is because there's been a lot of, lately, leading up to this game, a lot of people sort of divided, and a lot of people saying, oh, Pellegrini will go next season, he won't be here, and a lot of people thinking he should be out, and a lot of people are unhappy with him. And
I said this last week and I'll say it again, these people that say that don't know what they're talking about. How can you judge someone after one season when he's had so many injuries? I think we've had a decent season. I think from compared to the last 2 seasons, I think there's been times where it's been poor, but we've had a lot more better performances.
I'll tell you the interesting stat though I found out is apparently we're only, prior to this game, we was only 1 point better off than we were in the same period last season.
No, it was 5.
Was it 5?
Yeah,
someone said 1. It says 5.
That's
right.
We've had a lot of injuries this season. We've had key players missing. We've had the Arnautovic saga.
Yeah,
you had to deal with that.
There's stuff going on in the background. There's stuff going on in the background.
Yeah. It's
Hold on, let him go.
It's funny, isn't it? Makes the train at the car and horses sound good.
It's better. That's why it's usually better when we film outside. But it was windy today.
Yeah.
On the stage.
There's been a lot going on. Like, you've got to remember, as you say, some of the performances this season, and I think that was the most important thing, getting us playing back to attractive football. You know what I mean? Like, there was a stat the other day. Someone, and this is where stats can be deceiving. We're the second lowest working team in the Premier League, but I think that's because we give the ball to teams in key areas, and we're sort of shutting down.
I was actually surprised with that stat.
Yeah, so was I.
I was surprised with that.
Yeah, sometimes these stats, I think they just make them up as they go along.
But
there's been a lot going on, and he spent £100 million integrating, players. Look, we said the last time a lot of players were integrated into the fucking team at once was a few years ago, and we really struggled. We went down because of it.
I feel a lot more happier going over there to watch games this season than the last season than the season before.
But there's always going to be, you'll always find this, right? When a past regime and you've been doing really bad and you bring in more players in, there's always a bit of a hangover of the attitude of the old players, you know what I mean?
It's been a rebuilding season, that's what it's been. And I think a lot of people expect you to spend 100 million and then straight away you're just shit hot.
Me, pricks like me at the beginning of the season.
But even at the beginning of the season when we lost our first 4, I wasn't thinking Pellegrini out, he's not the right man. I thought you've got to give him a chance. And next season, this summer's going to be big for him. Yeah. And next season, hopefully, if we can finish in the top 10, then next season, progression would be trying to push for Europe.
Yeah.
Trying to push for that Europa League. I know we could have got 7th this season, but I don't think we're ready for that. I don't think we're ready.
We need stability first.
And if you get in Europe, you're going to need more than £30 million to compete in all the competitions plus Europe.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Anyway, great win, great result, great weekend.
So outside, this is a story, right? We gets outside, they've made us drop a bag into the... There's a ledge as you come out, which is like totally like secluded, yeah? It's like up some stairs, so the pitch level is a bit higher than ground level. So, there's a ledge there. If we'd have filmed there, if we'd have had our bag, been perfect, because they wouldn't have been able to get to us or whatever, the home fans, right? So, no, you're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to bring a bag in. Although they was letting people take bags, it have to be clear bags or smaller bags or whatever. Won't let me take a bag in, no bag.
Let's be honest, it's not like we turned up with a fucking suitcase, is it? It wasn't even that.
It was a rucksack. You know what I mean? Like, I've taken it to every ground. You've got to drop it out. This bag drop was right at the end of the road, right? £10 to store your bag there.
You got to pay.
10 quid. Yeah, I knew that was. Look at his face.
How much?
I was going to kill him.
10 quid.
10 quid to store your bag, right? So I paid the 10 quid. I was upset
Cheaper
with
than park at Westfield.
Anyway, because of the game, I said to Ryan, I'm going to take 10 minutes for the end. I'll have to go and get it. And I wasn't doing that because we was winning. And
plus, they won't let you out, would they?
No, they wouldn't have let you out as it was. Anyway, so we stayed to the end. So I went, right, all the people that want fan cams, right, I'm going to have to run up here. You stay here, and anyone that wants fan cams will see you, and we'll do them, right? So come get my bag. By the time I get back, there's stewards on the stairs. I said to him, can we go back upstairs to film? He's like, nah. He said, it's like stairs. It's ridiculous why they didn't. I don't know why. Right? And I said to him, well, we're going to start filming, and I think there could be some hassle if we don't go back up the stairs. He said, no. So it's all right, we're going to start filming. Ryan was saying to me, it's not a good idea. I said, no, we'll be fine, we'll be fine. So it gets halfway through the first interview. A group of Tottenham fans come walking up the road. One of them spots us filming, and he goes, that's at West Ham Fan TV, right? Old geezer, 50?
Yeah.
Ish, right?
Yeah.
And this is, do you know what? This is not tit for tat, right? I've seen that video of that, what they were singing about Tottenham and all that sort of thing, and I do think that's wrong. And I've never participated in that sort of thing myself and all that, right? But this is what annoys me, right? Now I've got grandparents of Irish heritage. I know you've got parents of Irish heritage. Have you? Probably somewhere along the line, right? So I'm walking past. This geezer walks past me. And there's video of him, right? Fucking pikeys.
Yeah.
You fucking pikeys. So I'm going, oh yeah, is that true, right? Is that right? Yeah, you fucking pikey scumbag cunts. You fucking pikey this, you fucking pikey that.
People don't realise that is a racial slur. It is a racial slur.
Right,
but this doesn't get picked up by the media.
I don't want to make this about you. And I've got video, and he's singing "The wheels on your house go around and around, you fucking pikey pike." Right. Anyway, sort of laughed it off. You know what I mean? Like he's upset. He just got beaten in the ground and all that sort of thing. Laughed it off. He's walking past us. There's two of them at first, and there's another sort of 5 or 10 walking past them. You fucking pike. And he just wouldn't leave, right? He just would not leave, right? And he was just standing there, you fucking pikey this, you fucking pikey that. Geezer behind him going to me. Like, and things like this don't worry me, you know what I mean? Okay, yeah. 1-0, jog on mate, off you go. You fucking pike, and geezer behind me, oh fatty, get a fucking gastric band. I'm like, yeah. And he's fat boy, fatty. And this geezer, pikey. And I went to him, and he started walking off, right? I went to him, in the end, I'm trying to do the interview, and he just would not go. He was just behind me, you fucking scum. So I said to him, what are you going to fucking do about it? Right? What are you going to fucking do about it? I went, come here. He walked up to me, now look, I don't intend to hit him. If he'd have hit me first, I'd hit him back, right? I said, what are you going to do about it? I'm standing on your ground, right? So I walked over to him, he's walked up to me, I towered over him, I could have crushed him with my fucking fist, you know what I mean? I said to him, what are you going to do about it? He went, nothing. What is the fucking point?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? What is the point of standing there for 20 minutes? That's a racial slur, right? And this will go out tomorrow, nobody will be talking about it. Racism's a big thing at the minute, you know what I mean, within football. Rightly so, it should be as well, you know what I mean? We've all seen what happened in Montenegro. We've seen over West Ham and what West Ham fans are chanting. We've seen what Chelsea fans chanted and all that. Racial slurs at the minute. Look, we should never sing the song that we sung about, whatever, running around Tottenham or whatever. That should never be, things like that. There's no place in it. But somebody should pull these up. He's standing on this geezer, he's standing there, you pikey.
Yeah.
Fucking
the thing
pikey.
is, though,
how is that allowed?
I've told you this. What they do is they walk past. Because I see loads of Tottenham fans walking past after the game when all the West Ham were playing out. Didn't say a word. When they see that there's only 5 of us, or 7 of us, 2 of them are girls, they walk past in their groups, and that's when they get all lemon and they get all like that. Because they look at the people and they think, oh, look there. The thing is, like, with them, they do it all the time. My mate's an Arsenal fan, he tells me it all the time. They get big groups of them and they pick on little fucking groups. But The thing
You
is,
wanna fight
the thing
and
is, I'm
things like
standing
that,
there
I think.
holding the video. I'm holding the camera, and like I could hear him there. And the thing is with me, yeah, he was saying sort of Pikey and that, but it weren't really that that bothered me. It was his fucking voice. It was his voice that was doing my head in. Then you had his little mate behind him who sort of piped up when he had 5 stewards standing around him. And the thing is, the only way to deal with these people is confront them. And as soon as you confronted them, as soon as we went up to them, as soon as I went up to the bloke, he didn't say nothing. Because they shit themselves, because they think you're going to stand there and not do nothing. I don't give a fuck if I'm standing in the middle of Tottenham, and I don't give a fuck if there's 20, 30 of them walking past. I'm not going to stand there, and I'm not going to let some fucking little rat like that stand there and call me this, that and the other and try to mug us off, you know, thinking we're going to walk away.
We didn't walk
I'm
away.
not fucking having that. I'm not having that
I
at
walked
all.
up to his face and I said to him, what are you going to do about it? And he went, I ain't going to do nothing. And he admitted it. He mugged himself off. Yeah. All the stewards then come because they saw the confrontation, and that's when the other group at the back that was walking away started coming back, doing up there. Like they're going to fight like they're some hooligan firm. They're going to fight Dom and Mike the Pudding. Do you know what I mean? Like,
The thing is, like,
why? Why?
That's why.
Yeah, that's them all over.
When I went over to him, I just thought to myself, I ain't gonna fucking let him. And as soon as like what happened with me and him happened, he fucking shut his mouth. I didn't hear him say anything until we had 5 stewards around him. And we was halfway down the fucking road saying, "Come here, come here." Telling us, oh yeah, come round the corner,
Come round the corner.
where there's like, I thought like, how about you come round here where there's fucking hundreds of West Ham and you start fucking giving it.
But he's going to me, these two geezers are going to me, like the stewards all between us now, because it looked like there was a little scuffle, and the stewards all between us, I didn't do nothing, He's been standing there talking at the corners, party, and this tall geezer at the back, who couldn't say anything until he was 40 yards away before, and stewards, come round the corner. I said, I was just standing in front of you, you prick.
That's what I said to him as well. I said, you weren't saying that 2 minutes ago, mate, when I was standing right there. Now you've got fucking 5 of these stewards round you. You think you want to fight the world. These look, I know decent Tottenham fans. Tottenham fans.
Yeah.
But them ones that are walking past today, they're just your typical, and it's not only, that happens at a lot of football clubs. Probably happens at our football club, but look, fuck them.
Yeah, wannabe hooligans.
Look, when you confront these people, they don't want to know, and they look at us with a camera. They think, oh, we're probably fresh out of college students, or not fresh out of college. No, but you know what I mean. They think
I had an Archie student loan, didn't I?
Yeah, you had a lot to pay off. But no, they do. They look at you and they think, oh, look, we're giving these a bit of fucking grief. Look, they're not going to do nothing. They soon fucked off when we turned round.
And that's why the fan council done at Liverpool Street Station.
Yeah, and that's why we had to film at Liverpool
We've
Street.
had that all the time there, you know what I mean? I watched my mate Robbie, I'm good mates with Robbie from Arsenal Fan TV, and I watched him having to get 20 police round him last year, trying to get out the ground, like the last year at White Hart Lane, trying to get out the ground, and they are calling him all sorts.
Yeah, that's when he had that racial abuse thing going on.
They're calling him all sorts, and like, you know, he's never made a big fucking fuss about that. He's never made it. And like, I don't really want to make a fuss about that because I don't like the like cunts like that. Excuse my language. But I thought it should be brought up because every time one of our fans say something, it's all over the press. West Ham.
The thing is, though, that little muppet will be walking back down that street with his mates, going, "Oh look, Shane, what fucking shit yourself,
Yeah.
Mate, I see fear in his fucking eyes. He didn't want to know.
But I tell you what, you're talking about the press. Let's have it right? The Spurs are the media darlings, and I said, obviously, you guys were there. The fucking commentators were so far up their arse. It was unbelievable. Every decision that sort of went our way, they were second guessing. Every decision that went their way, they were behind it. They're the media darlings, and that's why.
We won 1-0.
Yeah, exactly.
The commentators can't influence that. We're beating fair and square.
But I'm saying that's why I think the press do give them so much fucking allowance when they do these things. You know, like when they had the geezer who threw the banana, Spurs fan that threw the banana at Aubameyang. Now, if he'd have been a Chelsea fan, he'd have probably got a lot more stick from the press than the Spurs fan did. So, they're the media darlings. That's how it is.
Whatever.
But we won. Happy days. You know, we're going to be buzzed. People are West Ham fans will be going into
with that little confrontation, that fracas outside, I don't really know what happened. I don't know. We were just minding our own business. This is what annoys me. Because you've got people there, like, you know, Ryan's girlfriend was there. My other mate Luke, who plays for our football team's girlfriend, was there. Do you know what I mean?
Walk round.
My other mate Luke, who plays football for my football team, girlfriend was there, you know what I mean? And this geezer is trying to cause a fight with Mike the Pudding, Dom, and fucking Marshy.
Mike would have ripped his face off, I tell you.
Marshy, he's big teddy bear, Marshy, you know what I mean? She's had a baby, like, he don't want to get involved in all that crap.
No, I don't.
No, we don't want to get involved in
I've got to fucking go
Yeah.
work Monday, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I want to get home and watch Britain's Got Fucking Talent.
But the thing that annoys me with him, right? There are people walking around that stadium looking for fights.
Yeah.
Go fight one of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why pick on like a little group like us?
Easy target.
Easy target, as he said, because they're wankers. And my mate Flav, who runs the Fighting Cock, asked me a question the other day. He said, "Why do you hate them so much?" And I didn't want to, because it was for his podcast and all that. I didn't want to be too harsh and say, "Well, because like a bunch of wankers sport, yeah." And I just said, "I don't really know." Flav, if you're watching, mate, that's why.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, exactly. That's definitely a reason. And plus, all of the stuff like they're talking down to the Pikey, the Cup final shit, all of that stuff.
That's like
we
we talked about the
it,
station, and then Tottenham fans were saying, "Oh, you won your cup final." And I just shouted over to them, "Shame I didn't wear a suit today then. Shame I didn't wear a suit to the cup final." Like, and then when you say it back to them, they don't know what to say, do they? They're like, "Oh, you're agreeing with us. Oh, John, should we go and get a bag of chips?"
Yeah.
I don't know
He
what
went
to
to
do.
me. He went to the same geezer said to the same thing to me. He's chatting out all loads of things, trying to wind us up. He says to me, "What's it like being out to sea in a stadium?" I went, "Yeah, it's good. I didn't have to bring my binoculars." And he's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Actually,
And then he went to me, "You won your cup final, right?" I said, "At least we won ours.
Yeah.
You ain't been to yours yet."
Yeah, we don't choke in finals,
Semi-final,
like
yeah.
that. But anyway, fuck them. We won. Bragging rights until the next game.
Yeah, that's what it's
Even
all
though
about.
now they'll probably reuse that video that they always have been from you at the beginning of the season. And
I've explained myself. So
Yeah, at least we got a little bit of revenge on that.
They
But
can still end up sick, mate.
it will, yeah, exactly. It will. Listen, that will come true one day.
perfect
I've
week
no
would
doubt.
be they bottle it in the semi-final this week.
They
They drop out of the top four. They lose the next leg, and then they just end up same as us, which they will. They won't win a trophy this season, I don't think.
no chance.
No.
And we've got a claret carpet and they ain't.
Yeah. They ain't.
Anyway, thank you very much for joining us on this
Yes,
edition of West Ham Fan TV's Post-Match Pint. Once again, thank you to the Dagenham, Roundhouse in Dagenham for letting us use the pub. Much
lovely.
appreciated, because we are struggling to find somewhere, but we're going to look for somewhere this summer, a permanent home.
somewhere
It's
a
been a
bit-
bit of a road show. It's like when England went on the road for a little while. Hopefully we can get something sorted with our old clubhouse, and if not, we're going to find somewhere new, permanent home.
Well, where you was, I mean, on home games, where you guys done the last post-match point, I quite like
In
that.
the summer, it'll be alright.
Winter, you've got the fucking wind blowing because it's wide open there. But
That's true.
yeah, we might be there for the Southampton game. But
Probably will be.
yeah, fantastic today. Go and follow us on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook.com/West Ham Fan TV, Twitter.com/West Ham Fan TV. Any last words, boys?
Last words.
1-0.
One thing left
Come
to
on,
say.
mate.
Come on,
Come
you
on,
guys.
guys.